After making more than $10 million in my business, my life fell apart. My marriage was on the rocks. My wife said she didn't love me anymore, and I was lacking that appreciation and respect from my team. But most importantly, I was struggling mentally and as a man wearing a mask. If you can relate to any of those problems, then there are 3 core skill sets you must learn as a man to become a better leader. With these 3 skill sets, I was able to fix my marriage, reconnect with my family, and make way more money without all the pressure and stress. So if you want to be a better leader in your personal or professional life, then in this video, I'll be breaking down the exact 3 skill sets you can use today to become the leader your family, your business, the world deserves. If you don't know who I am, my name's Tony Versick, and our company, The Empowered Man, helps men fix their marriages, reconnect with their children, and find work-life balance. Basically make loads of money while also loving life. The first skill set here is one of mental fortitude. I'm gonna explain exactly what this means and how fucking important it is to have leadership in your marriage, as a father, or in your business and career. Now, before I do that, I want to share a story about a guy I met just last week. His name was Eric, and he is extremely successful. He runs a $100 million company here in Australia, and he's also the co-founder or the partner in business of multiple, I believe 20, 7 or 8 figure companies. This guy's fucking successful. And in our conversation, I was the podcast guest on his show. I shared with him what I'm about to share with you now. And his response was, Tony, this is amazing. This will change my life. It's changed thousands of lives, but how do I do it without being a little bitch, without being a pussy? And I'm gonna break down exactly how you can do that in this step. So this idea of mental fortitude really comes down to being able to deal with life's challenges. At our company, The Empowered Man, we've coached over 5,000 men, and we work with high-performing men, business owners, husbands, fathers, men who are doing their best to provide. Now, if you're one of those guys, this video will resonate with you. You know the pressure that comes with going to war all day, working hard, trying to provide for your family, trying to put food on the table. Every single day is full of pressure and stress, the pressure of dealing with people. And our framing, our language is often focused on the negatives. I'm putting out fires every day. I don't have enough time. I can't rely on anyone. It's so fucking hard. We're dealing with that pressure and stress of work, and then we bring it home to the family where the negative thoughts and that pressure and stress that builds up within our body explodes like a ticking time bomb. We feel stressed, we feel angry, we feel triggered, we feel like our partner doesn't care, and we come home to a shit show. This is what happens for so many men. And then there's a disconnection that begins to occur. We're upset at our partner for not having the house clean if she's a housewife. We're upset at our partner for getting upset at us for coming home late. So we have these negative thoughts about the workday. We have these negative thoughts about our home life. And then we have these negative feelings, which cause us to have negative actions and reactions. For many of us, I was one of these guys. We turned to alcohol. We turned to scrolling on our phone, looking at useless shit, watching porn, drugs, sedation, because we don't know how to deal with the negative pressure within ourselves. And this is why the divorce rate amongst successful men is so fucking high. We have clients come to us who make $200 million a year, but their marriage is falling apart, their health has gone down the drain. So the power here is building mental fortitude. And despite how challenging work is, despite the pressure on the road to success, despite the things that you're going through day to day, you're able to mentally reframe the negative thoughts, reframe the negative emotions, reframe the negative actions and reactions into a place of power. Let me explain what I mean. Every single decision you make, every single emotion in your body starts off from a thought. So if your frame, the lens that you see the world in is everything's fucked, no one cares, I'm constantly putting out fires, I can't find good staff, my wife doesn't care, I'm not getting laid enough, you're focused on what you don't want. That is your frame, and that is gonna cause pain and problems in your life. One of the most powerful skill sets you can learn is that when you focus on the negatives, there is an opposite to that. And all it takes is you acknowledging and bringing awareness to the negative thoughts, the negative actions, the negative feelings, the negative reactions. The only 4 things you can control as a man: thoughts, feelings, actions, and reactions, and framing them to the positive. The way we do this for our clients, the way I do it every day, because it's normal to have negative thoughts, is I acknowledge the thought. So the thought comes in, my wife doesn't care. I reframe it to, well, where does my wife care in our marriage? My team aren't performing at work. I go, for fuck's sake, I can't rely on anyone. Well, who can I rely on? How can I empower my team to rely on them? The negative thought is, I'm constantly putting out fires and switching it to, these are opportunities to learn and grow. Mental fortitude as a leader means that in your marriage, in your business, in your career, as a father, as a husband, as a man, every problem, every challenge, every fire is simply an opportunity for you as a man to level up and grow. And when you look at every problem in your relationship, every argument, every sexless night, every disagreement, every piece of resentment as an opportunity to grow, then suddenly you start fixing those issues. Now, it doesn't happen overnight, but you look at them as opportunities to grow because you realize as a leader and as a man, the quality of your life comes down to the quality of your decisions. And the quality of your decisions comes from the quality of your thoughts, the quality of your feelings, and those things are within your control. I'm not saying life isn't hard. It's fucking stressful. The more wealth and success you build, the more children you have, the more pressure on your shoulders, the harder it gets. But mental fortitude is being able to reframe the negative thoughts, the negative feelings, the negative actions, and choose something different. That's what powerful men do, is despite the struggle, despite the challenges, they choose to focus on the positives, to focus on solutions instead of problems, and to focus on every single problem as an opportunity to learn and grow. If you're getting value from this video and you want to learn more, please do me a favor. We want to help more men just like you. So if you're watching on YouTube, give this thumbs up. If you're listening on podcast platforms, give it 5 stars so we can reach more men and help more people level the fuck up. Which leads us to our second skill set. It's just as important as the first, and it's one that most leaders, most husbands, most fathers, most men fucking struggle with. And exactly what Eric brought up when I was interviewed on his podcast just last week. This guy is a $100 million CEO. And I gave him a tactic, a skill set that I'm gonna share with you right now called the clearing conversation. You can use this in your marriage, you can use it with an employee, you can use it with your children. Now, this framework is ultimately an opportunity for you as a man to get vulnerable and share what's not working in your life and to take ownership and responsibility of your role in your relationships. Leadership is simply a relationship. It is a relationship where you are leading that person to the promised land. When you ship something from one country to another, you take it from point A to point B. That's what leadership is. It's leading someone from where they are to where they want to go, and leadership only happens in relationships. So the framework that I shared was this. Tell your partner, write down on a piece of paper, all the things that you could do better. All the things you did at the beginning of your intimate relationship, if we use the marriage as an example, that you no longer do. Did you get your wife flowers? Did you used to come home on time? Did you used to have date nights together? Did you used to send her nice texts? You and I both know, if you're in a marriage or relationship, that the way you did things at the beginning when you're dating is very different to how you do things now. Now your brain might go, well, wait a minute, I've got kids now and a business and I'm more successful, I have less time. I get it. Let me finish this off. So what were all the things you did at the beginning that made your partner feel loved, appreciated, supported, understood, or respected? Write those words down, laser focus. What did you do that made your partner feel loved, appreciated, supported, understood, or respected? And where have you stopped doing those things? Then write down all the things you're currently doing that are preventing you from giving that person what they want and deserve from you. Are you working too much? Are you stressed out and triggered? Do you drink too much? Have you got a bit of a gut now? Have you put on weight? Are you not as attractive as you used to be? Are you reactive towards your partner? Do you argue too much? So you write down all the things you used to do, you no longer do. Then you write down all the things you're doing that are fucking up that relationship. If you're in a leadership position, guarantee there are many. I used to have hundreds. So step 1 is reflect. Reflect on these things. Step 2 is what have you realized about these things? Simply writing these things down and getting to the truth about them, that's fucking hard to do. Most leaders have egos. I've got an ego. Eric had an ego. But we let that ego get in the way of doing this sort of shit because we're too busy. We don't have enough time. Great leaders reflect. Great leaders take those reflections and have realizations. So you realize that your partner deserves better. You realize that you've dropped the ball. You realize that you need to get your shit together. You realize that you often say you're gonna finish work early, but you don't. You realize that you keep drinking even though you said you'd stop. And then you take that reflection, you take those realizations, you write all this down, and you go to your partner and you share them with your partner. We teach this in our Empowered Man program. It's called the clearing conversation. So fucking powerful. So you share with your partner, hey, I wanna have a clearing conversation. Are you open to having a chat? They say yes or no. If they say yes, you say, cool. I've realized that I used to do all these things and I no longer do. I've realized that I work too much and I argue too much and I drink too much. And I just want to tell you that now that I'm aware of it, I'm willing to work on it. I'm putting my hand up. I'm taking responsibility of my role in this relationship. What's your response? So reflect, realization, then share it with that person, and then go, what's your response? What have you heard me say? And they'll typically, your partner, if you're doing this with your wife, say, you're right. You're a piece of shit. These are all the things that you've done wrong. And that hurts. Your ego gets in the way. I did this with my wife, Rosie, about 5, 6, 7 years ago. I was so upset at her. I'm leading her, I'm making money, I'm providing, I'm putting food on the table, but we're not having sex. She doesn't appreciate me. She doesn't understand all the hard work we do. We're arguing too much. I was so angry at her. And then a mentor of mine called me and he said, what the fuck are you doing blaming her? What's your role in this? So I went home and I did this exercise. I didn't have anyone teaching me. And I asked my wife what her response was. Was there anything else that she was upset with? And she unloaded on me for 32 minutes, telling me all the shit that I've done wrong and all the things that I fucked up in the relationship. And my ego flared up and I was like, fuck you. But I didn't say that. I felt that. And at the end, I said, is there anything else? And she said, no. And then I told her what I was going to do about it. And I told her this won't change overnight, but these are the things I get to work on. I put my hand up. I'm going to work on these things. Now, this is where Eric didn't understand this. And he might be watching this video. And he said, well, how do you do that without being a little bitch? How do you tell your partner all the things you've done wrong? How do you tell your team members all the areas where you haven't been a leader and then not be a little bitch and go, I'm at fault. You've done nothing wrong. And this is the caveat to this. Being vulnerable as a leader means being able to share with your partner, with your children, with your team, where you've fucked up. It means giving them permission to pull you up on when you're not being a great leader. It means telling them when I'm angry, when I'm triggered, when I don't follow through on my commitments, I want you to hold me accountable. And then when your ego, which is the part of you that goes, fuck you, even though you know they're right, you feel attacked, you defend, being able to put that shield down and go, you know what? As a leader, I get to have these little knives stabbed into me. I get to be held accountable to being a fucking better man. And that takes balls. That takes courage. I'm not saying vulnerability as a leader is saying, I fucked everything up, it's all my fault. No, your partner has a role to play, your team has a role to play, everyone around you has a role to play in your relationships, but you can't control them. You can control your thoughts, your feelings, your actions, your reactions. And it takes balls to admit where you're going wrong and to do something about it. But when you're able to be vulnerable about all the things you're doing wrong and commit to changing them, something magic happens. Your team, your partner, your wife sees you making those changes and they go, this guy's actually fucking changing. He's aware of his problems and he's doing something about it. And they begin to respect you. They begin to appreciate you. When I did this with Rosie, without asking for anything in return, she became more intimate with me. She respected me more. She wanted to spend more time with me. She looked after the house better. She became a better mother. When I did this with my team, I'm like, you know what? Instead of blaming my hires and blaming my team for not performing, what's my role in this situation? I took ownership of that. I shared that with my team. Guys, I fucked up. I've made these mistakes, which have affected you. My team performed better. They started hitting targets more. Being vulnerable as a man means owning your shit. Being vulnerable as a leader means owning your shit. It means being able to share with your family, with your wife, with your kids. When they say, how was your day? Being able to say, you know what? It was a really shit day. I was really angry. But now I'm home with you and I'm fucking grateful. It's being able to feel anger, stress, frustration. And instead of reaching for alcohol, or when your partner says, how are you, going, I'm fine, and brushing it under the rug, being able to express your emotions, be emotionally available as a leader, and tell someone you're angry without anger in your voice. Instead of going, I'm angry, going, you know what? It was a really rough day. I'm angry. And being able to show them a glimpse into your world. Because as leaders, we feel like no one understands. We feel like no one gets it. How the fuck can they understand if we're not vulnerable and we don't own our shit? This skill set of vulnerability is so fucking powerful. And most men, most leaders have no idea how to do it without being a little bitch. You gotta master that skill set. Before we move on to step 3, if you'd like help learning how to do this, because you might be successful in wealth and career or business, but you know that you're not the best husband, not the best father, not the best leader you can be. And you're thinking, how the fuck do I be vulnerable and honest without being a little bitch? How do I connect with my family, my team? Well, the answer is you got to have a roadmap. So down below this video, there'll be a link. It's the first link in the description, and it's going to take you to put through a quick quiz and book a coaching session with my Empowered Man team. And on that session, we'll literally build out your custom Empowered Man roadmap. We've done this for 5,000 men on how you can have the business and wealth sorted while also having great relationships, while also being a great father, while also making success in each area of your life. You just need a plan, and that's exactly what the Empowered Man does. So go down below right now and book a coaching session with our team to get your custom Empowered Man roadmap. This is where the third and final skill set comes in, and there's many more, but these are the 3 main ones. And this is the skill set of becoming a man who has ruthless commitment despite. That is one of the most powerful words you can possibly learn as a modern day man. I've been guilty of letting how I feel dictate my actions and my leadership. I would feel stressed. I would feel triggered from the workday, and then I would explode at my wife or my daughter. I would feel tired. I would feel burnt out. So I wouldn't get up and go and exercise in the morning, even though I said I would. As leaders, we are constantly being watched, and we can tell our wife and tell our children and tell our team what to do, but they don't listen to what to do. They listen and see what you do. Let me say that one more time. People around you, when you're in a leadership position, a husband, a father, a business owner, a man, we lead through our actions, not through our words. So if we are men who say we're gonna come home on time, we say we're gonna lead the team, we say we're gonna be present, we say we're gonna be healthy, we say we're gonna work out, we say we're gonna eat well, we say all these things, but we don't follow through, then everyone around us sees that. And maybe you hide it from your loved ones. We have a lot of clients come to us, they drink in private. They don't tell their partner. They stay at work late because they don't feel safe at home. Maybe you can lie to the world, to your team, to your family. You can never lie to the man in the mirror. A powerful leader, a powerful man has the skill set of being able to be ruthlessly committed to what he says he's gonna do, despite how he feels. Despite how you feel, you show the fuck up and do whatever it takes. Despite the stress and pressure, you come home with a smile on your face and you choose to be in control. Despite the fact your team isn't performing, you don't lose your shit and feel angry. You choose, despite the fucking frustration, to lead those people. Our feelings often dictate our reactions. And when we feel pressure, stress, anger, frustration, sadness, hurt, guilt, that comes out towards other people. Powerful leaders, powerful men, they're able to stay committed. They're able to commit to their team, to their family, but most importantly to themselves, despite how they feel. Now, this might sound glaringly fucking obvious to you, but often the obvious is not what we do. We teach this to our clients making millions of dollars or guys making 100 grand a year. You don't have to be super successful to work with the Empowered Man. But the way that you stay committed to yourself, despite how you feel, is every morning you get the fuck up at the same time and you follow a routine. You move your body. You have a cold shower every single morning. You write down your thoughts and feelings. You get your thoughts on paper. You get your feelings on paper. You bring awareness to what's going on internally for you. You set your targets for the day. And then you do what you said you were going to do each day. You destroy procrastination. Anything you've been avoiding, you get it done no matter what, despite how you feel. And you do that 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Now, your brain and mind might go, well, what about weekends? What about Sundays? Fuck that. You're ruthlessly committed. You don't take days off. You have a morning ritual, a morning routine where you power the fuck up. Now, guys know this. I spoke to a guy last week. He makes $500,000 a year of take-home income. And he goes, I was in the military. I followed a routine. I had a wife, had kids, grew my business, stopped following a routine. So ruthless commitment means getting the day started strong. It means every single day moving your body or exercising. It means slowing down, meditating each day. It means eating healthy food and nourishing your body. It means communicating with your partner and sitting down with your family at the end of each day and being committed to having a dinner together at least 3-4 times a week. Now you might go, this is a lot of stuff to commit to. Abso-fucking-lutely, because powerful leaders are ruthlessly committed to upgrading themselves. You upgrade your communication, you upgrade the way that you think, you upgrade the way you feel, you upgrade your body, you upgrade your relationships, you upgrade every single area of your life, health, wealth, and relationships, and you do that despite how you feel. You do that despite the challenges or roadblocks in your way. That's what powerful leaders do. And guess what happens when you have mental fortitude and you look at every single challenge as a problem, every single problem or challenge as an opportunity to grow. And you're able to communicate that with your loved ones, communicate the challenges, communicate how hard it is to your team. And despite the challenges, despite the negative thoughts, the negative feelings, the fucking pressure you feel as a man, despite all of that, you choose to step the fuck up. You choose to stay committed. You choose to be the best version of yourself and upgrade yourself. What do you think everyone around you sees? They see how hard it is because you're communicating it, you're vulnerable, skill set too, and they go, holy shit, this person's fucking going through hell. They're going through pressure to put food on this table, to provide for this family. This person is busting their balls in this business and they don't complain. They've got a healthy body. They look great. They communicate well, they're always smiling, they're positive, they're focused on every single problem and looking at a solution. They're grateful. What do you think happens when you do that in front of everyone? And they can see how most people would crumble under the pressure, but you choose to step the fuck up. They respect you. They appreciate you. There's no better feeling, man, than my wife at the dinner table when my daughter is complaining about something, saying, Talia, what are you grateful for? And my daughter says, I'm grateful for daddy working to provide for us. There's no better feeling than my wife saying, thank you for everything you do each day. Or jumping my bones on a Thursday night and we have intimate sex and make love because she appreciates me. There's no better feeling than my team sending me messages of gratitude saying, we can see how hard you're working. We can see how much pressure you feel and you inspire me every single day. Now, brother, I was not there a few years ago because I didn't have a roadmap and a plan, and I didn't implement these skill sets that I give you right now. But just like going to the gym and doing bicep curls, you do 1,000 of those, your bicep grows, it gets bigger. It's the exact same with these skill sets. Having mental fortitude, being able to look at every problem as an opportunity to grow. Changing your language from putting out fires, I can't, to creating opportunities, I can. Learning how to be vulnerable. Take ownership of where you get to grow in your relationships. Share with the people around you how hard it is, how you feel, how challenging it is, and do it from a frame of possibility. Not everything's fucked, I'm a little bitch. It's really hard and I'm gonna figure it out. That's certainty, that's vulnerability. And step 3, being ruthlessly committed to upgrading yourself, to taking action, to doing whatever it takes, despite how you feel. That is how you become a better leader. That is how you get everyone around you to appreciate you and respect you. That is how you become the most valuable man in your marriage, in your business, and as a father, the leader everyone around you deserves. So if you've got value from this podcast episode, please do me a favor, drop a comment down below and let me know your favorite part of the video. Do that right now. I'd love to hear from you. And if you have the time, give it a thumbs up on YouTube or 5 stars on podcast platforms. We create these videos so that you can be a better man for the people around you. Because you can have a business and wealth that grows exponentially while also having time, while also having freedom, while also having great relationships, while also being the best version of yourself, happy and healthy. So drop a comment down below. Let me know what your favorite part of this video was. And finally, if you've listened this far and you want us to help you implement all this, you want to fix your marriage or relationship, reconnect with your children, find work-life balance, ultimately be the leader as a husband, father, business owner, or man, then go to the link down below and book in a coaching session with my team. We will build your custom Empowered Man roadmap on how to have it all in life.